Yeah, that should do it. Oh, what a day. Sorry, ladies. The ladies are mad. They lost their rights. Oh no. And they're not going to like, you don't want to hear what I have to say about it. You don't know, you don't want to know what I think about your, maybe you do. Maybe you would like to know what I think. If you don't be here. Let me know if you can hear me, if it even matters these days. I made a real fool of myself yesterday. I think what happened is I wasn't preaching enough about God. I think I started going in about God, and then I got a little too wishy-washy with you guys about how I feel about it. And then he was like, you know what? If you're gonna, he basically said that I was he. God is a he. Basically said I was blaspheming, so he had to turn off my stream. So no more blasphemy today. Sorry, God. But we are going to do. So I already have a TikTok idea. Now I have a couple drawings. That's not it. Here they are. We can see. You see where I'm going with it is we've got a piece of toast, and then we're gonna draw an avocado in it, and then that avocado's face is in pain, and then now I've taken it to the next level where we are now spreading the avocado on the toast. I think I can make that look like what I'm saying it is. I think I can have that effect. But I don't know if I want it that big. It's a pretty big tattoo. But I also need to start considering that, people have a tattoo idea, they bring it to me, I do it, and then I do it too small. Speaking of which, I finished that tooth. That's right there. It's not too small. It's just a little tattoo. It's okay. I think it's pretty cute. I think that one turned out good. But so I've been thinking about, if I'm going to do these more intense ones, it's probably smart to do something along the lines of drawing them bigger. Because this is the type of tattoo that nobody's going to really know what it is. And I think that's what I'm going to like about it when it's all said and done. Because I can very clearly see what's happening in this image. But that's because I did it, and that's because I'm kind of I'm a little weird. In some senses. Not in like the, I'm weird, look at me. Like, obviously, I do want you to look at me, and I am weird. But I'm not being weird so that you'll look at me. It's sort of the other way around. Yeah, I want you to look at me, and then no, I guess it is just the same old classic attention seeking, and here we are. We're doing it. Now, I know maybe you listen, I get it. I get that everybody wants an abortion. In our moments when we're pregnant and we I know I'm not even supposed to talk. You guys are like, shut the fuck up. Too bad. I'm here for you. If you need an abortion and you can't get one, you just tell me, okay? And I'm not going to do anything, but I'm going to pray for you, and hopefully that'll help, cuz I feel bad for anybody who has to kill their baby. That shit sucks. Anytime you got to kill a baby, that sucks. We can at least admit that. Anytime a woman can't get the medical services she needs, yeah, that can also suck, depending on if we're talking about the same thing. You know, I don't know. I mean, I do, but I don't know what I should say about it because it's just not the time. It's not really the time to go around, rubbing it in people's faces. You can't get an abortion now. There's gonna be a lot more lesbians now. We're gonna see a lot. We're gonna see a big increase. There's gonna be a booming. This abortion thing is gonna be the best thing that ever happened for LGBTQ. Because now everybody's like, how can I get laid without having a baby? I can't kill the baby, so I need to put it in a butt, or just have somebody who knows what a pussy's supposed to feel like so they can lick it. And those are your options now. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do, I would rather you engaged in sodomy than killing babies. So you can't cut off the nose to spite the face. I don't think that applies to this situation, but this avocado isn't going to have a nose. He's just going to have. Now I'm drawing him too small. I went smaller on the bread so that the avocado would take up a bigger portion of the toast. But then I made the avocado, so we're gonna try that again. I do think this looks like toast though, and that's a big part of. So imagine if, for the theme of today's show, imagine that the toast is the woman's body, and the avocado is the little baby. And we're going to spread and squeeze that little baby's body until it dies. And then we can eat it the way Satanists do with your aborted fetuses and what they call stem cell research. So, congratulations. Satanism took a hit today, and that's the only thing I can be happy about. I'm not happy that women are going to be lesbians now. That doesn't make me happy. It does make me happy that Satan's like, shit. He lost one. He was like, dude, America's killing babies. I got America in my back pocket. And then he threw COVID in there, and now America's like, whoa, 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 that's a little too much Satan for me. So they got to take a little bit of it back. Now, also, we've already gotten to the point where it's too late to make abortions illegal. People are getting their abortions. People are living the lifestyle that's associated with getting abortions. Everybody's being whores, and it's too much fun. We don't want to stop. And now we got rid of the one way that we could get away with being whores, which was killing the babies. And now everybody's addicted to sex still. And now there's all these videos that make you think it's there more than it should be. And now we're going down the rabbit hole. We're going to find out what happens when people want abortions but can't get them. Because it used to be nobody even wanted them. There was most people in the world were like, I don't want an abortion. I'm a married woman. I like my family. And they only started doing the abortions because people started having too much fun. And then now everybody's having fun, and then they're getting rid of the one resource anyways. So people are going to there's going to be some weird consequences. And it's not just going to be a lot of pussy eating. It's going to be probably, according to Freakonomics, there's going to be an increase in crime now. In 18 years, we can expect to see a spike in crime. 18 years from the day you watch. And I'm going to give myself a tattoo every day of those 18 years that I can. And that's a promise that I will try to keep. And anyways, so let's put some avocado on this toast. But that's the size that I was thinking it should take up. And then there's the little pit, and that's going to be his mouth, and that's just fun. And then it's going to spread. And that I can sort of work with when we get there. I think that's pretty close. We are getting pretty close to what I'm looking for. Yeah, I like how it's like, I like how the toast is smaller and the avocado, you can still see what it is. That's the most important. Well, that honestly doesn't actually look too much like an avocado, so I'm pretty reluctant to. Let's try again. Let's take another swing at it, and let's see if we can make this look like a piece of toast with avocado on it, because I don't want anybody asking me what this tattoo is, because I'm gonna have to explain. This is my version of an abortion. It's kind of perfect because it's like the avocado toast is like the ultimate of modern civilization, right? And it's like the ultimate of like the white woman's fantasy is like, I can have toast with fat on it, but it's not butter, it's an exotic fruit and it's amazing and it's healthy, and I'm so rich I can just have avocados all the time on my toast. I'm trying to figure out how it's the same as the abortion rights issues. I think it's because people only want abortion rights in countries that are rich. Like the only reason you would even want the right to kill your baby is if not having babies is a good thing. And the only time not having babies is a good thing is when there's a surplus of goods and drugs and sex. Because then if you have a baby, you can't be taking part in all that. You got to be working. So there's a lot of countries in the world that don't even understand the idea of wanting to kill a baby. They're like, no, I need this baby, so then in 10 years he can start doing labor for me so I can feed the rest of the kids. We're all fucked up in a lot of countries. So even the idea that you would want abortions is pretty new. I mean, obviously they've been doing it since Egypt. Women used to eat rocks to get rid of their babies. You want us to eat rocks again? No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying now it's popular, and it wasn't. And just like avocado toast was never popular until very recently did avocado toast become even a thing that was imagined. And let me tell you, it's not as good as they say it is. And that's basically the only way I can connect it right now. But except for the fact that we're going to spread that avocado. Oh, I didn't show you. I have to draw it again because it actually didn't work. But it is coming around. This is starting to look more naturally than I thought it could. When I saw the agonized avocado toast face, I was like, is that really something I'm going to be able to pull off? But let me tell you, I'm pulling it off. And when I realized how much this reminded me, like the avocado the spread agony face, the person who recommended this, I am sure, did not even realize that they were giving me an idea for my tattoo symbolizing the abolishment of Roe v. Wade. Did they even have avocados when Roe v. Wade was won? Lost? I don't even know if they had avocados back then. So this might be even better because now I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm basically just trying to figure out how to connect this because now I'm realizing it's only in my head. This is the weird, I got a weird bunch of gears up here that are connected in all kinds of wild ways. One of which apparently is that avocado toast reminds me of abortions. That looks like an egg, though. That's the problem that we're running into, is people expect an egg on toast. But once I make this pit not yellow, people will, and once it's green, there's green eggs, but if it was ham with an avocado, you would maybe think that's a green egg. If there was green ham next to an avocado. But there's no green ham here, so why would you expect it to be a green egg? Let's not be stupid. If you see a green egg, you can assume, unless it's a green egg with a yellow yolk, because avocados don't have yellow. I get it. I get why it could be confusing to see an avocado on a toast, especially like a black and white picture. That could be an egg. Who knows? It's shaped like that, and apparently they're good for your egg health, ladies. So if you want to keep your babies, eat an avocado. See, it's all connected somehow. I might just go with this one. No, it doesn't have enough curve to it. Let's try again. We can do it. That's pretty good toast. I like that it has the heart top. I was averse to the heart top toast when I was first drawing it, but now my avocado is too small again. I need it to take up the whole toast. Without covering it to ruin the shape of the toast. It needs to sit perfectly as big as it can inside the piece of toast, being able to spread it across the toast, but without coming over the edges of it. And because they're different shapes, this isn't a concentric issue, much like the abortion debate. I don't even know if concentric probably doesn't apply, but I think if I was in a debate and I said, well, hold up, this is not a concentric issue, people might nod and be like, he's got a point there. This is not a concentric issue. And then there'd obviously be a bunch of nerds going off in the crowd like, bah, he doesn't even know what concentric means. But those aren't the people you're ever going to convince. You got to convince the people who don't know what words mean that you're right. That's how you start a cult. Now I'm thinking this toast. I think the square bottom is going to do me better than I thought it would. I was a little nervous about the square bottom before because I thought toast was round at the bottom, but I think it's actually pretty square when it really comes down to it. Now that is sort of avocado-ish, but we're losing again enough side. It doesn't come. It needs to come all the way down. Maybe I should put it more in the middle because I keep trying to put it up in this corner to make room for it to grow. But maybe I just need to literally maybe I should just use one of that first one. This is bullshit. That one turned out pretty good. That one's pretty nice. And I could edit it as I go. No, let's get it. Let's try to Let's try to do this right. There we go. That's a piece of bread. We got that. Okay. Now let's try drawing the avocado from the bottom. Oh, yeah. Now that looks kind of avocado-ish. Now we're... Wait, which one is it? Okay, no, it's too skinny again. We got it too skinny. Did any of these... I think that one's not bad. Shit, is this another case of... Yeah, it is. We're just going to do that one. Because I can see what that is. I'm looking at that. And if I adjust... If I put that little curve on the neck where that guy is... I'm nervous, though. So what if you can't see his face? Maybe I should make it bigger. Maybe I should just quit being a bitch and make it a big piece of toast, you know? If it's such a good tattoo idea, why don't I prove it with a little size? Now that isn't it. That's not what toast looks like. Let's do the bottom of the toast first, because that's always where I struggle. And then you can just put a heart on top. Sometimes you just start drawing the thing from the wrong side, and that's the only reason it didn't work is because you couldn't, your brain couldn't possibly get the proportions right the way you're drawing it. That's too big, I think. I don't want to downsize, but we have to sometimes. None of this is it. None of this is doing it. That's pretty good. That's pretty close. I think it needs to not. It does kind of come out like that, but yeah, I guess it kind of does. What if we try that? That's a nice tall loaf. You know, it's not too often you get to. Hey, that's not bad. It's not that good though. I know I'm going against my principles of just going with it, but these days we need to take every chance we get to do our best, in my opinion. Hey, that's pretty good. But then his eyes just look like an X because it's too close. Man, I mean, I wouldn't have to do it too close. I could just put the eyes properly. But let's see if we can try one more sting at this. Hey, that's pretty nice. That's pretty good. Oh, I didn't get to show you. Is that it? Is that the one right there? That's pretty nice. I know I'm saying that a lot, but it's because I have to. That's the only words I know sometimes. You ever just forget every other word in the world? Is it avocado toast? I think it is. I think that's the one. I think we're going to go with it. I know it's not perfect. You know, forgive me for not being perfect. You know I am so close to being perfect that sometimes it can make you go like, man, sometimes it can be disappointing when I fall short, and I understand. But we're all just doing our best here. Shit. What do you want me to do? I'm going to draw that again. I can get it closer to perfect than that. This is getting ridiculous. Okay. Deep breath. Okay. Square bottom. We want that square bottom toast because the bottom of a loaf pan is square. It's not that rounded. So if you over round the edges of your toast, it's gonna look like more like a roll, like a big like a round loaf that wasn't put in a pan. You got it. Anyways. Thanks for being here, if you are. And if you're not, you can go fuck yourself. And then if you were eventually apply, the first part applies because you're here now, and that's what's important. You didn't have to do this in the damn in the moment. You know, not everybody's available. But if you're not hearing this message right now when you're hearing it, then fuck you. Absolutely go fuck yourself. It was right here for you. And you even had it on, and you had it on in the background or something, and you missed it. You fucking missed it, so fuck you. Now that is what I want my avocado toast to look like. We did it. And all it took was a silly rant. And a little bit of not quitting. Look how bad I am at drawing. Look. How many tries is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20 tries. That's not bad. But there's no detail in this image, so if you're working a detailed image with a lot of different proportions, don't be upset if it takes you 200, 300 tries. You know, I'm super powered and I have low standards. So my accomplishments could very well be seen as failures depending on how you look at it. Like for instance, I forgot which toast I said was the best one. I forget which one I said I think it's this one. That one looks hot. Let's get that one out. We're just going to give it a little rippy dippy. A rippy pippy pippy rippy. A sippy dippy pippy pippy nippy. Right? And then once we get it all the way out, we can... This paper is so sweaty from how anxious I am. Can you see how anxious I am from my abortion rights being taken away? I can't believe my girl can't get an abortion now. I was only coming inside her because I thought I could kill the baby. And now we can't? What am I going to do with this baby? Can't believe they took away my abortion rights. Now the baby I made, it's my responsibility to keep it alive. I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a YouTube unemployed person. I can't keep a baby alive. Maybe a 7-year-old with a job, but not a baby. I'm nervous. So my paper's sweaty. I'm going to be dropping needles today. They're going to be slipping because I'm dripping. Not in the rapper way. I'm not dripping the way rappers do. I'm dripping the way white boys do because we're scared. Because we recognize how long the future is ahead of us and how we can't just have fun and drink. So we're dripping fear because there's a lot of work to do. That's okay, though. We can do it! I'm shaking. I'm literally shaking with how much abortion rights I don't have right now. I feel violated. I feel like the government just raped me. That's what it feels like to have rights taken away. It feels like a dick in your ass. Physically. I can physically feel it. I'm having a hallucination because I'm thinking too much about how I don't have rights anymore. It's not a good feeling. I wouldn't suggest anybody focus too much on your lack of rights. It's put me in a bad place. Just kidding. Do I have to say that? Maybe that was actually rude for me to engage in that kind of conversation by pretending that I care, you know. By pretending like, oh, it's a right. The mistake they made was making it legal in the first place. Never mind. Too far. I mean, listen to my podcast. Maybe I can be more honest there. This seems like the kind of place I gotta kind of censor myself. And time myself out better, because I gotta find some more. If you're watching this right now, thanks. This is not the usual time. The usual time is not right now. And it's the reason I'm hoping that my friends aren't here right now because I've failed them, and that they're not here right now because they're mad about the fact that it said abortion in the title. I really hope. Should I put it somewhere central or hide it? I feel like I should kind of hide this one. Let's put it right here by the bull shark. That's a good spot. Right there on my elbow. And we'll just tattoo it right there. And it's going to look like avocado toast. And I'm going to put a little face on that avocado so you can see that it's mad about its loss of rights. Except it's not going to be the avocado's loss of rights. It's actually going to be a gain of rights for this avocado because the avocado represents the fetus that was once being spread thin by the patriarchy's use of the feminist agenda to trick women into killing their babies. What's really happening is we are saving lives and we're creating rights, the right to live for every human. If you have human DNA, then you deserve to live. That's what this says. Not that if you're a woman, you don't deserve to kill your babies. If you want to kill your babies, maybe we should have a deep conversation about what led you to this point. Because that is very sad, and I feel bad. I feel bad for anybody who wants to kill their baby, because you must be in a bad spot. You must be feeling real dark if you want to do that. And if you're not, and you just think it's okay to kill your babies, maybe this will be a nice change of view for you. And we don't always have to go through life just thinking it's normal to kill babies. Maybe we can say it must be difficult to have a baby you don't want, but thank goodness we're not killing it. At least it survived. And then you can take it on down to the adoption clinic, and we can have discussions all day about how hard adoption is. But again, at least the damn baby survived. Hey, look at that. That's going to be a good tattoo. I like this idea for a tat. I know most people wouldn't actually technically agree with me on this kind of stuff. I get it. But apparently it's the majority, because now it's the law of the land. Now I don't even have to argue about it anymore, except for with my friends who are complaining all the time that they can't get abortions. I'm probably going to hear a lot of complaints from the friends that I don't have. By the way, I don't have any friends. So if you guys have any complaints about this abortion thing, let me know so then I can say, yeah, no, I heard from my friends. Just type it in there. I'm really upset that I can't kill my baby. And then I'll be like, damn, that's got to be hard. That has got to be upsetting. I mean, I'm not going to go around acting like this isn't upsetting to lose the ability to do this thing. Anytime you lose an ability to do a thing, it feels like something's being taken away. So I'm not blaming anybody for feeling bad about getting this taken away. And hey, here's another little good connection while this thing dries. There will be clubs. There will be all of this talk about black market abortions being more dangerous. I mean, unless you get a good one, unless you go to the right place and you know the right people, there's ways to associate in these states, in this country, where you can do things outside of the legal boundaries of the public by becoming a group, becoming a crew, or a club, a private member association. And I'm sure there's going to be lots of abortion private member associations being made. And then if the police come to their door and say, knock, knock, we're here to see if you're doing abortions, they'll say, we actually don't let people in here who aren't here for abortions. So unless you can sign this paper saying that we're allowed to do surgery on you and take out your guts, officer, you're not even allowed in this door. And if you come in here and you don't let me give you an abortion and then you arrest me, you can arrest yourself because you just committed fraud, right? So then we're going to do, basically the reason that's connected is because this whole scratchers thing, we're going to do, I'm creating a certification program, and I've got myself a little founding documents set up that I'm doing to create an actual association of scratchers, of people who want to give people tattoos without being licensed. And it'll be very easy. All you have to do is take a very simple test showing that you know some basics about tattoos, because it is pretty basic shit. And then you'll get a certificate, and then I'll send you the documents that you would have your customers sign, saying like I'm a member of the scratchers as well as a customer, and I would not sue the tattoo artist. We'll have an actual contract that'll say I'm an unlicensed tattoo artist, so don't think I have a license, but then I can give you these tattoos on the cheap or something like that, right? So we'll figure. So that's what we're doing, and that's all. And that's what I suggest some of these abortion ladies do, is start learning, like find out how to give abortions. Just like you can give yourself a tattoo, you can give yourself an abortion, and nobody can Nobody can sue you because you're not a doctor providing medical services. You are just a member of a group of people that likes to kill babies. If that's what you want to do, make a crew. That's what I did. Oh gosh, now I'm losing it. I'm getting too cocky. Whenever I get too cocky, I stumble. And that's how I know. Step it back. Start to hate yourself a little bit. Give yourself a little less credit. You're not doing that great. And if you just remind yourself every once in a while that you're not doing that great, you too can keep feeling like shit. Now, what about the angle on this thing? I have been worrying about how to do these camera angles for the tattoos that are specifically on the back of my arm. Because I want to be able to see it, but I also want to be able to see it on the camera. Okay, that's a pretty good angle. That's a pretty good. We could do that. Yeah. This is going to suck for my shoulder, but it's going to look great on this tattoo. Remember that spider? Now that was a good tattoo. I remember, okay, excuse me for the buttons. I remember doing that little spider. I was like, I can't draw a spider holding a knife by myself. I'm going to need to trace it, and that's going to be too hard to find. But look at that. See, you can just make, it's tiny. Look how tiny that little guy is. That's my pinky finger. He's just a little spider holding a knife. And then next to him is an aborted avocado toast. We're going to put misery in the face of this avocado so everybody knows that when you squish something that you don't perceive as human, it could still suffer. You know, everybody's all about animal rights, and like dude, I know people who literally, if I hit a tree with a stick, they would be like, dude, trees have feelings. But then they would get abortions, and they would be like, it's not a real life. What the fuck? I'm not saying don't do what you want to do. I'm just saying I can't hit a tree with a stick. Dude, deforestation is like the biggest issue amongst abortion getters. They're like, you can't cut down the trees. Each of those trees is a life that could contribute to the greater whole of the planet. Trees. But then with a baby, they're like, if you don't want it, just get rid of it. Especially black ones. Not me. Not me. That's not me saying it. That's the liberals. The liberals are like, especially brown babies. You know they do that, right? They're like, we need to increase abortion access for Mexicans. You can't say that. No, they can. I can't. Because if I say it, you know what I mean. Anyways, too far. You guys got to comment so I don't go off on, I don't want to go too far. As fun as it is, I'd rather we just talk about what's your favorite music lately. Because then I don't get in trouble. I feel like I might get in trouble for some of the stuff I just said. And if I don't, I'm bringing attention to it by talking about it, and now someone's going to, if someone hits this spot of the video, just clicking through randomly, and they hear me talking about how I'm going to get in trouble for what I just said, instead of just moving on, they could rewind and go find it, and then now I'm really going to get in trouble. So, keep your mouth shut, folks. Don't do what I'm doing. Just tattoo yourself and keep your mouth shut. That's what I should be doing. But I'm stupid. Don't be stupid like me. Be smart like me on my good days. How about that? Maybe on my good days I'll say, you should be like me. And then I can be a hypocrite once again. Isn't that the most fun thing to do, is just be the biggest fucking hypocrite you can imagine? Hypocrisy. Let's see. Oh yeah, the tree thing. That's hypocrisy. That's probably why I was thinking about That's probably why I so angrily was like hypocrites. I was thinking like, where's this anger coming from? It's the trees thing. If you're complaining about deforestation, but you're okay with abortions, you can kiss my ass. Not because I like it and not because I'm mad at you, but just I need somebody to. And if you're listening and if I can identify you by something other than your race or gender, then it's easier to pick you out without it being weird. Anyways. I need a needle. I'm getting off track. I need to start poking. How far are we into this thing? 35 minutes. I always do that. Why do I always go so deep in these things before I even start poking? Okay. I didn't clean these spoons. This is going to be one of the first steps if you want to be Scratcher certified, you have to agree that you're going to disinfect all your surfaces. And I'm not doing that right now, so I don't get the certificate. But I'm also not performing a tattoo on somebody else, so I don't need one. But if you're going to perform a tattoo on somebody who you think might sue you for malpractice, join the Scratchers Post. Get certified, get a contract saying they can't do it, and then you win, basically, from what I know. All right. We have some, I don't know if I really wanted to use black. I guess I did. Yeah, to do the main outline, and then I'll do a brown outline in the middle to show that it's brown toast. And then we'll do the green avocado. I think it's going to be okay. Let's just get our fucking needles. Jesus Christ. Why do I... Never mind. It's because I like it. It's because I like talking. Is there anything wrong with that? Well, depends who you ask. There are some people out there who really don't like what I say. And they're right. They shouldn't watch it. They shouldn't even be here. If they're going to be like that. I think I need to wipe this now that it's dried a little bit. I should be taking the tips of flipping freaking letting it dry overnight before wiping it, but yeah, we're good. Sorry, I need to get better at demonstrating how to wipe your skin with a paper towel. I know a lot of people are confused about that part of the process. What do you do, though? You know, you can't save everybody. We're all just here trying. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Let's do this toast tat. This toast abortion tat. This is very strange. Angling. Let's see if I can make it a little bit easier on my shoulders. Yep. There we go. We'll just go all the way around. I feel like I should almost do the avocado first, because that's where the juice is. That avocado is going to be where the real metal of this tattoo comes from. Is there a better way for me to get this angle? This is a really bad spot for a tat to give myself. I'm going to just dry off the area around it so I can see if I can get a better grip on it. That might be all it is. It might just be too juicy. Happens sometimes. Sometimes you just get too much juice on there. I was watching Watch Out for the Big Girls, or Here Come the Big Girls, that Lizzo show about big girls. That's a pretty good show. It was really funny because the girls were like underperforming leading up to this big Coachella concert that they had to do. And then the concert got canceled. Coachella was canceled or something. Was it Coachella? And then the girls couldn't do their shit. And Lizzo was like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God those bitches couldn't be on stage with me, because I was going to be embarrassed. You know. Is that the wrong angle now? No, I did it at the wrong angle, huh? Typical. Típico. Muy es típico. Is that still in that? Okay. There we go. But yeah, that's a pretty good show. I'm ready for season 2. Are there really 2 seasons worth of giant women who can dance? Because these were some big bitches. And they were moving. It was like, wow, we do need better scouts for this type of talent. So Lizzo's doing the Lord's work by giving these
big dancers a job. And the show was entertaining. I mean, it was fun to watch these real people. Because, you know, when you get that big, that's a real person. You can't be on TV and fake and be that giant. You know, I think that's what people like about Lizzo. She's just so authentic with how fat she is. They're like, this is just like me. She's just like me. It's a real person. She just eats and eats and eats. Here's another funny thing about Here Come the Big Girls. They were serving these ladies fried chicken and French fries for their meals. Like, you could see it in between the dance numbers. They were eating fried chicken and French fries. What a joke. I don't even have to make a joke about that. That's just naturally funny. Or something. Excuse me, I'm starting to really lose confidence in this whole process. The entire process. I mean, I don't even know where this is supposed to be right now. But I know I want everybody to see me. Does that do it? I'm very uncomfortable. Ooh-wee! I picked a bad spot. I'll be honest, this is the wrong spot to put this tattoo. But something had to go here. It wasn't about to be no tattoo here. So, what do? Get sweaty. I am so fucking sweaty right now, I could logistically justify taking off my shirt right now. But I know that that's not the vibe that I'm going for. So, I think I'm just going to be the sweaty guy today. Because I do have a hot body. Like, I'm not going to lie. I could show you my abs, and then I could hunch over like this, and you'd see my shoulder, and you'd be like, oh my god, this guy has no bad angles. But I'm not actually trying to go for that vibe. You know? I would rather be the guy who's way too sweaty, but talks a lot of shit. That's more fun for me. But trust me, there's a big part of me constantly thinking, like, I should just take my shirt off. I should just show these people what I'm working with. These quads. These traps. Think about it a lot. My obliques, how they would look on camera. But it's just not what I'm going for. I'm not trying to make anybody... It's just too weird. Everything's just so... I was watching damn Sonic the Hedgehog with my daughter, and right in the middle of the movie, there's a gay dance number. 2 shirtless men doing a dance-off. No, 1 shirtless man. Very buff. Worth 2. Worth 2 regular shirtless men. Very handsome shirtless man. Started doing a dance number with Sonic. For no reason. It was gay. It was just super gay. Not gay like we accept. Not gay like we are okay with people who are gay. It was gay like, hey kids, look at this shirtless man dancing. That's not acceptance. You're like being perverted. You're like showing kids shit they don't need to see. What the fuck? And then they just think that's normal for men with mustaches to just dance around with their muscles. That's fucked up. So I'm gonna go check out what this Buzz Lightyear movie. Because everybody's freaking out about the lesbian kiss in the Buzz Lightyear movie, but I would be willing to fucking bet there is way worse shit in that movie. If they put that right in front and center, and then everybody's watching it, and they're like, oh, lesbian kiss, controversy. There's probably some way deeper controversy just throughout the whole movie that the lesbian kiss is like the cover-up for. You know? So I'll watch it. I wasn't even going to watch it because I knew it was going to be shit, because Disney is just completely bullshit. Pixar went with it. So we'll see. But if they already got a gay kiss in there, who knows what else is just hiding under the radar that people can't even see. Most people never even see the shit that is really worrisome that kids have to see. They don't even notice that it's there. You know? Whew. And if you point it out to them, they're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Why wouldn't you want a kid to see a shirtless man dancing? Are you fucking kidding me? I mean, maybe we don't even have to do why not. How about why do you want them to see that? Why are you trying to make them see that instead of just anything that makes sense? Why do you want them to see shirtless men dancing in your movies? I don't have to justify why you should take it out. You should tell me why you even put it in there to begin with, because it is a little just weird. It's just weird. I'm not accusing you of anything. I'm not saying you're being a pedophile. I'm just saying, why is it in there? Do you have any explanation? It was just in the writing. Someone just wrote it in there. Okay, well, let's talk to him. I mean, you accepted it, but if we need to talk to somebody else about why we're putting gay dance scenes in kids' movies, someone did it. Someone put that video in the movie, that scene in, and then somebody else saw it and decided this is a key moment. We need to keep it. There's no editing this out. They changed the whole fucking face of Sonic, but they couldn't cut out the gay dance number. They had to leave the gay dance number. Okay. If you say so. I don't believe it, but that's what they wanted. That's anyways. I know that's kind of a bit of a silly thing to get frustrated about, but it's just nobody else is talking about it. Why nobody else wants to complain about the gay dance numbers in Sonic the Hedgehog? Everybody wants to talk about the lesbian kiss. The lesbian kiss had nothing on the shirtless man dancing. But nobody said shit about the shirtless man dancing. Everybody's looking at Turning Red and they're like, why are we discussing puberty? But nobody wants to talk about how she's she's selling pictures of her sexuality to go to a concert. Nobody puts those pieces together. They're just like, it's about puberty. The conservatives are saying we shouldn't let our kids learn about puberty. No. They're more saying you shouldn't let kids learn about taking pictures of your ass and selling it to the boys at school so you can go to an NSYNC concert. Why? Anyways, I get mad. Nobody's talking about it. They're just like, it's Asian culture. Is America that mad about Asian culture? What? Really? We can't even discuss periods anymore? No, it's nothing to do with periods. Turning Red is not about periods. It's about sex trafficking. It's about nudes. It's about sending nudes. I didn't see that. I didn't see it. It was a red tail. It was about her period. She was taking pictures of it. She was in the bathroom taking pictures like this. And then she would sell them for cash to boys and girls. That was another complaint I heard. She was selling it to girls too. Are you fucking kidding me? And then they invite her to the party. And they're like, can you turn into the fox at the party? What they're saying is, can you show us in person what your powers are as a woman that you've been teasing us with the pictures of for so long? We just want to hug you. You just feel good to hug. We just all 10 boys at once want to jump on you and hug you. It's just puberty, guys. It's just about puberty and periods. Nope. It's about glorifying sluts. It's about turning little 9-year-old girls into thinking that when they get their superpower, which we all know what the fuck a girl's superpower is, are you retarded? That they should just sell it. Just start selling it, because you get money out of it. And then, anyways.
It's very disappointing. And when you describe it to people and they look at you like you're crazy, like I'm the crazy one for noticing that this kid's movie's about sex trafficking. I'm crazy. She's taking pictures of her ass, and her mom's saying it's okay. All right. Let's do this avocado. Now I'm fucking pissed. Don't even get me started on abortion. Dude, everybody, every kid alive, every human alive was at one point a possible abortion. You watching right now, at one point, were almost aborted. Your mom definitely had second thoughts when she got pregnant with you. But you're here. Thank God you're here. Thank goodness you're here. Maybe you hate being here, and that's why you tattoo yourself. I've heard that a lot. I've heard a lot of people say they wish they were aborted. That's a whole separate issue. If you're wishing you were aborted and that you were never born, ay. That's hardcore. But don't be putting that on other babies. You can't be telling other babies just because you didn't want to be born, they can't be born if their mom doesn't want them. I mean, you can in some states. But about half of them, half the states, they're like, nope, no more of that. I don't know. I'm not saying whether it's good or bad. I'm just doing avocado toast about it. I'm just showing you what I think it is. I think it's a little bit of an avocado toast situation, this whole abortion thing. And I think we thought we liked it, and I think people are starting to realize avocado toast is not that good. That's all. Put a little hot sauce on it, though. Or, I don't know. Let's go back to the egg on toast. What's the egg? It's a baby. They're both babies. The avocado is a baby. The egg is a baby. One's better. The avocado is the dead baby in this one. But if I put an egg on toast and stabbed it and the yolk went everywhere, I'll bet you that looked like an abortion too. Because everything's looking like an abortion today now that I can't have one. That is good though. That's going to look like toast. I'm really happy with how this one's going. Let's get our green going. Let's get another spoon out. Let's wash this spoon. I've got 2 black spoons with dried ink on them. It's a whole problem. That's okay though. Let's see if I can get it off with a little soapy water. Because soap is our friend. Soap does what the medical experts say only advanced medicine and chemicals and cleaning techniques can do. But I believe that soap is our salvation. If you can put soap on something, you can make it better. And that's a rule that doesn't apply to every situation. You know, there's some things that soap makes worse. Pee holes. Don't put soap in your pee holes. That's a bad place to put soap. So yeah, exceptions to every rule. But this is a pretty good rule, I think. Exceptions to every rule except the 5 pillars of being a scratcher. Those rules, there's no exceptions to that because the exceptions are built in with words like sometimes or when you can. Except resisting Satan. There is no loophole to that. You can say Hail Satan, but you better be resisting him when you say it. You better be saying Hail Satan ironically. I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with saying Hail Satan ironically. But if you start actually hailing Satan, you're not a scratcher. You're just not. You're just not. Because I'm in charge. And because I get to pick. Not because I'm trying to hurt your feelings or something. It's just because that's the rules. And I don't want to be associated with anybody who's hailing Satan. Unless it's ironic. Those metal guys, sometimes I sort of get it. They're having fun being scary. They're just pretending to be scary for fun. They're like, I like zombies, rah! And then, they go home and cry. That's cool. We all gotta do something. So we don't cry in public. So if you gotta seem scary and be all satanic in public so that people don't assault you, because you think everybody wants to assault you, so you pretend to hail Satan because then they'll think, I don't want to assault that guy because Satan might get me. I get it. You got to play that game.
But when you go to bed at night, if you're thinking about Satan, you just know you're not a scratcher. I don't care if you do it. You're just not in my group. I mean, if you think about Satan in that you're trying to battle him in new ways to resist him / her, then yeah, then you can do that. That's cool. I shouldn't have said something so definite like no, you can't. But there's all different ways to think about stuff. I just meant in the actual hail sense. I don't want anybody physically hailing Satan. Like a taxi. Don't be calling Satan's taxi hail Satan, and then this guy shows up and gives you whatever you want at the expense of making my stream glitch out. If somebody comes and offers you $1 million, but they say, but Stick and Poke King's stream is going to start glitching, you better say no. Because that's Satan, and he's coming for me, and he's going to come for me through you. So beware, but don't be scared. All you have to do is say no. That's all you have to do. When Satan comes knocking, all you got to do is say no. And he goes away until he has a new way to knock on your door, because he comes up with new ways all the time to try to get in your head. I mean, I've seen people turn gay at 80 years old. You make it your whole life resisting gay thoughts, and then at 80, right on heaven's gate, you're going to start butt fucking dudes? Satan is strong and persistent, so it's a lifelong battle. But we have to commit to it, or else we're going to lose this world. We don't want to lose this world. This is the best world. Everybody wants you to think we ruined it. Everybody wants you to think that global warming made the world ruined, so you just give it up and you go, well, fuck it. If there's global warming, I'm just going to do drugs and have sex. Guess what? There isn't global warming. So when you die and you don't have any kids and the world still seems fine, you're going to be really disappointed that it wasn't the apocalypse. You're going to be like, oh shit, I threw my life away because I thought the earth was going to be uninhabitable for my children, and now everybody who's my age has great-grandchildren running around making them happy, and I lost my whole life because I thought the world was going to be too hot. Paradise is hot. Retards. Some of the world might get too hot, but the rest of the world is just going to be really nice. And you should have kids and resist Satan so you can be there for it. That's all I'm saying. I'm really glad that I got to have this talk with you today. This was an important one, and I hope I didn't say anything that discredited some of the other things I said, because I really hope we can save some people out there who are wondering, is life about pleasure? It's not. That's why I'm poking myself every day with this needle. It's because it's not about fun, okay? It's about the result. It's about the end result. Now, this is short term, and it is a little bit indulgent, but it's hard work. And then what you get out of it is a tattoo. And also, I like Stick and Pokes for a reason that I just realized. This is actually a pretty good reason to like Stick and Pokes. Is when you go and get a tattoo, after all that scratching and pain, you get like an endorphin rush. It like feels good. You get high after you get a tattoo from a tattoo artist. And that's why some people do it. They'll just go get scratched up by a tattoo machine, and then afterwards their body's like, finally some relaxation. Not with Stick and Pokes. This is a full body exercise. This is a breathing exercise, a meditation, and it's just each poke, you gotta feel it, and it never feels good. This does not feel good afterwards. When you're done getting a Stick and Poke, you don't get endorphins. You just get a tattoo. So I think it's better in that way, in that we don't have the same sort of issues that other. Never mind. I don't even know why I literally don't know what I'm saying. Can we say that? Can I say that? Can I let you know that deep down inside, I never know what I'm saying? I mean, when I listen back to some of this stuff, I always stand by it. And so I try not to listen for too long, because if I just hear one sentence that I said that I thought was risky when it came out, and then it was like, oh no, that actually sounded pretty good, I'll just assume the whole rest of the stream turned out okay. Because honestly, I just don't have the attention span to track all my shit. Okay, so now we're going to do this little pit so I don't lose the location of the pit before we get into the spread and the green and all that different shit. Does this work? My drawer? This is my drawer. That worked. That's a good angle. And then you can see me looking over here reaching. That's kind of fun. That's a pretty nice angle. I'm going to use that one more often. We got all these needles, and they're all the wrong size. There we go. Sick. That is some nice anglage. I mean, who's doing this? Anybody? Is anybody else doing this and I'm actually the hack? Am I being hacky by having all this good shit going? Come on. I don't think so. All right, Mr. Avocado. Let's give you a little brown pit. It's not going to be brown inside, because it's actually going to be empty, because it's a slice of an avocado. It's not a whole avocado with the pit on the toast. That wouldn't make sense. But we're just going to put brown around it so it's reminiscent of a pit, and then it's going to be like maybe some of the avocado around that center thing is sort of starting to turn brown. And we could actually do the same thing with the face of this avocado, but I think I'm going to do that in black because I really want people to see. So let's do that face now, before it's too late. Am I getting all my needles mixed up? That's green. If a needle touches your desk, make sure to blow it off first to get the germs off. Maybe lick it if you're sure of yourself. That's not actual advice. Do I have to say that? I don't think I do. I don't think I even have to say it. Oh boy. There's going to be some cranky people. There really is. And that's okay. It's okay to get cranky. As long as, oh, I just poked myself and made blood instead of ink. That's fun. Okay, this is definitely going to be an agony face, so I'm excited. Because he's going to be like, ah, my face! Don't spread my face on toast! Ah! That's good. That is going to be a good tat when it's done. I'm a little anxious about the number of times I'm going to have to go over it to make it work. To make it look like an actual avocado in agony. This was the tattoo recommendation from TikTok. And it just happens to line up perfectly with abortions. I'm so in love with how reality works sometimes, because I guarantee the type of person who's coming up with ideas like avocado toast with an agony face on the avocado, with a like the avocado is suffering, I guarantee that person supports abortion. And yet here we are, getting it in honor of not being allowed to have abortions anymore. Not that yes, I do. You guys know how I feel now. Sorry if it's not how you feel. And if it makes you want to not talk to me. But, I just gotta... The world's coming around. I don't know. My girl thinks This is like the elites putting a little leash on us. They're like, whoa, 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 you guys are having too much fun. You know? They're like, we got to pull back on the reins. Everybody's too free. Maybe. I don't think abortion made people more free. I think it made people more slaves to their, like, desires and pleasures. It wasn't the freedom to abort the baby. They were taking away your freedom to be a reproducing human on this planet in your full glory, and replacing it with the chains and bondage of drugs and sex. You know? It's a good thing. And if you need an abortion, you're going to learn a valuable lesson about life. Whether you go get a black market abortion, or you have the baby and give it up, or maybe you have the baby and you fall in love with it and realize you really would have regretted an abortion and you're glad that you had the baby instead. Even if that is a trick played on you by your biology, you'd be surprised how thorough that trick is at convincing you that you made the right choice by not killing your baby. I'm just saying, it can feel good to have a baby if you just let it be the right thing to do instead of the wrong thing to do. Because everybody sort of justifies getting an abortion by saying, I'm not fit to be a parent. I would be a miserable parent. They're like, I would torture my kid. Everybody's like, I have to get an abortion to save the kid's life. That's what everybody's got themselves tricked into thinking, is that I need to get this abortion because I would be a bad parent. Think about that. I don't know if I can really, if you don't already see what I'm saying, then I don't know if I could actually explain it any better. Let me sit here and poke for a little bit and see if I can come up with a better way to describe that dynamic. But you know, it's pretty wild. The kinds of gymnastics we do in our brain to commit these types of acts that are against our best interest. Biologically speaking, there is no reason to get an abortion. And spiritually speaking, dude, there's nothing better than kids. And only people who kill their kids would tell you different. And if you kill your kids, hey, I'm here for you. You must be, I'm sure anybody who's killing their kids has got to be miserable. I'm here for it. I want to support you. I want to love you. I want to, just with my words, not with my cock or anything, because then you'll kill my kids. But, you know, you just got to, you know, whatever it is, whatever's happened that makes you want to do that, hopefully the abortion ideally makes everybody, if you ever have to get an abortion, hopefully that makes you realize how bad it's gotten. Because sometimes you just get abortions just because you can. You're like, I'm just going to have sex, and if it happens, I'll get an abortion. But I don't get pregnant too often, so I'm not too worried about it. If that's the mindset, we got a problem. That's why they had to make it illegal, is because people weren't taking it seriously. And guess what? Most states, from what I see, they still have the exemptions for if you get raped or if you have a life-threatening pregnancy. So, like, there's no more. That was the whole excuse for when people were cool with it. Was like, well, what if it's a rape? What if it's a life-threatening thing? You could never understand what it's like to be a woman in a life-threatening pregnancy. Okay, they can still get it. What are we whining about? We're only whining that people who want to get abortions just for no good reason can't anymore. That's the whole complaint. It's not women's rights. It's bitches' rights, basically. Whores' rights. You want those whores' rights, you got to take responsibility for your body. If you want to be a sex worker, okay. We're going to find out where that gets you. That's not my responsibility to say. I should be more accepting. I should be more careful. You know, there's a number of things I could tell you right now I know I'm doing wrong. So, you don't have to tell me. Don't worry, I'm not offended that we don't have any comments telling me how wrong I am right now. Don't worry. It doesn't bug me at all. It's not making me turn this off right now at all. I'm going to finish this tattoo. We got it started. And I'm really glad that I actually got on here, and that's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun tattoo. I don't know.
we're just having fun. Okay, so thanks for watching. Keep in touch. I'm going to try to do this as much as I can before this baby that I can't abort anymore. Guys, I literally have a baby on the way that I was going to abort, and now we have to cancel the abortion appointment. Thanks, Roe v. Wade. 30 days. There's not enough time. Just kidding. But not really, and you'll see, but also, who's paying attention?